Good morning, everyone. It is 11 on the nose. We're very excited to have the team from Winfo Solutions with us today. We are going to give it just a minute or two to make sure everybody has time to get coffee and get set up on Zoom, and then we'll kick things off. Okay, I think we can get things kicked off. Good morning, big good morning to the UKOEG community, everybody out there. Thank you very much for joining us on another one of our webinar Wednesdays, where we feature our valued partners from within the community and give them the chance to share their expertise and their knowledge and their tools and how they can be best used within the Oracle ecosystem. So today, for the second time in just a few weeks, we have the team from Winfo. They're going to be talking about Agentic AI-powered enterprise testing. We're delighted to have you guys here. Just a little bit of housekeeping. If you guys listening want to ask any questions, feel free to post them in the Q&A, and they will be addressed throughout. If anything gets missed, I'm sure the team will have a chance to do some more live Q&A at the end of their session. So with that, I will hand it over to the team at Winfo.
Excellent. Thank you, Gina. Hi, I'm Mark Nott. I think we've got a slide. Just checking that the slides are keeping up. No, they seem to be stuck. There we go. Hi, Mark Nott, Chief Digital Officer from Winfo Solutions, and I've got with me today Samanjit Saha, who is the Solution Director responsible for our Winfo Test solution, which is the topic we're going to cover today. So just briefly, in terms of who are Winfo, we are a full service Oracle partner, and we've been an Oracle partner for 10 years, and we work across the cloud applications as well as the cloud infrastructure side from Oracle. Also still do e-business suite, recognize there's a lot of e-business suite customers out there, and the Winfo Test solution is relevant for them as well. Winfo Test is one of our 5 solutions that kind of do what they say on the packet, focused around Oracle applications, but also extending into the technology space with Winfo CloudX. And in addition to covering the Oracle applications, our solutions also work across other enterprise applications. Salesforce is an easy example. We're a Salesforce partner, obviously dominant in that CRM space, but also other applications. In terms of the agenda today, we are going to take you through test automation and why it's important to any business that by now you really need to be doing automated testing, not manual testing. How we've taken the things that you would like to achieve with testing and built them into our Winfo Test solution, and how you can move from wherever you are today to adopting that automated testing excellence, which is what we provide with Winfo Tests. The latest announcements that we've got are around Agentic AI. Obviously, over the years, we've continued to evolve the Winfo Test platform, And the latest thing that we're doing is rolling in some agents with some capabilities which Samanjit will take you through, including a demo, so you'll see what they actually look like, before we then come back to understand how all of this is in fact process-centric and focused on business outcomes. And finally, call to action. If you're interested in any of this, how do you take it forward? So with that, I shall pass over to Samanjit to pick up on the details of our WinfoTest platform.
Thank you, Mark. So yeah, let me quickly jump into it. So I'll talk about the strategic impact of test automation. So why is test automation so critical today? So enterprise applications evolve rapidly, and frequent updates can make testing complex, costly, and time consuming. So because the pace of change is so relentless, right? So business must reduce risk, accelerate releases, and optimize costs without compromising on the quality, right? So WinfoTest is an agentic AI-powered no-code test automation platform that will help organizations, or is helping organizations automate testing, accelerate the release cycles, and assure quality across ERP, SCM, PPM, and other enterprise processes, right? So with WinfoTest, you can reduce risk with smarter and broader test coverage. So you leverage our pre-built script library and AI-generated scripts to ensure every business critical scenario is tested, and then accelerate release cycles via autonomous test creation and maintenance. Instantly generate and auto heal test scripts using AI, so you can keep pace with rapid application changes. Lower effort and cost through intelligent automation. So automate your repetitive task with codeless, intuitive workflows, freeing up your team and reducing manual effort. Improve auditability and governance with robust reporting. Automatically capture step-by-step evidence and audit trails for every test run, supporting compliance with ease. And then realize value rapidly across your business processes, right? So deploy instantly with SaaS, use our pre-built test library, and achieve measurable ROI in weeks, not months. Next. So turning outcomes into capabilities with WinfoTest. Let's look at what already made WinfoTest stand out from rest of the competition, right? So deploy fast, scale easily. SaaS-based platform, right, enables instant rollout and effortless scaling across your enterprise. Ready on day one. So our pre-built test scripts provide immediate coverage for your critical business processes, right? And smarter test creation. AI-powered script assistant allows codeless intelligent script generation, no coding required. Self-healing automation. Codeless scripts automatically adapt to changes in the UI, minimizing your maintenance. Empower teams. End-to-end testing accelerates your delivery and enables collaboration across teams. And real-time quality. You access your reports, analytics, and alerts at your fingertips for immediate insights. Coming to enterprise security, you have robust protection, ensure your data remains secure throughout the testing lifecycle, and error-free starts. So your pre-validation of test data is done much ahead before even your execution begins, and it prevents issues and ensures accuracy. And test everywhere. So extend your automation seamlessly across all areas of your enterprise. Moving on. So your path to automated testing excellence. So WinfoTest streamlines the entire testing process into 5 clear, actionable steps for automated testing excellence. First one being prepare and organize. So leverage our standard test script library. You identify gaps and build your or modify scripts as needed. Coming to next step is configure and schedule. So create your usable test run templates and schedule your automated executions to fit your release cycles. Then comes input and validate data. So input test data is done via Excel automation or auto population through agent, and pre-validation data is done before execution to ensure accuracy and prevent any errors. Next comes execute and monitor. So run these test schedules across your environments, rerun as needed, and monitor real-time analytics and alerts for immediate feedback. And the final step is analyzing your reports and improvement. So use these actionable insights from test reports, analytics, and alerts to continuously improve test coverage and quality of your application. Moving on to now the most interesting, factor, how agentic AI drives smarter testing for you, right? So WinfoTest has long embraced AI. So starting with our AI-powered script assistant, where a business user navigates through the application and it instantly captures and converts your business scenarios into test scripts, and also self-healing scripts that adapt to any change in the application UI. So we are now introducing a powerful suite of agentic AI-powered agents that will intelligently analyze your existing scripts for impacts, let's say from your Oracle's latest patch updates, and then instantly identify your affected modules and test scripts and heal them. So with these agents, you can auto heal scripts by generating missing steps, pinpoint gaps in your test coverage, and seamlessly create new scripts to ensure comprehensive and resilient automation. So here is our suite of agentic AI powered agents, your digital testing team working behind the scenes. The first one being AI Impact Analyzer Agent. So it will scan your release notes and updates and identifies your impacted scripts and processes in your test library. Second is your AI Script Generator Agent. It will convert your natural language scenarios into executable test scripts in minutes. Again, no code needed. AI Test Data Generator Agent. So it will instantly produce your realistic and compliant test data for your scripts with ease. And finally, the AI Test Coverage Predictor Agent. So it uses predictive analytics to identify gaps in your test library, and also it prioritizes your critical scenarios for your enterprise testing. So we will look into this agents in detail in our next section, the solution demo section, right? So let me quickly share my screen and I'll take you through each of these, the solution and each of the agent. So I think you're able to view my screen. Let me quickly start on. So if you see, we'll see the WinfoTest in action. So once you log into WinfoTest application using a single sign-on, landing on the home page, that gives you complete access to all the key features, right? The dashboard you see is completely configurable, and it provides a historical view of your previous test runs. And now next, we'll move to the test library page. You will navigate to the test script library where you will see pre-built scripts covering a wide range of modules. And you can create your custom scripts as well, tailored to your business needs using our AI-powered script assistant. So you just need to switch it on or turn it on, and start navigating through the scenarios. In this case, we are going through our Oracle Fusion scenarios, right, for a create invoice. I keep on, entering all the details, and the script is being captured. Then we save. And once the scenario is done, we'll just stop and submit. And we just have to enter few mandatory fields, for example, the process area, the module, the role who is creating the script. And then we'll just have to enter the script name, the description, right? And followed by other few fields like your priority, the product version, which is actually being tested, and then what kind of script it is, standard or custom, and then submit. So it will generate your script, and then you can go back to your tool, right? And go to your library page and you search with the script number. And then once you select the script, you will see a set of steps which you have just now created has been, generated. And these scripts can be also modified for your use. And also any DFFs can be added. Then we move to the test run page where we create a test run. For example, let's say in this case, we are creating a finance test run, and I have selecting a project. I'm selecting a configuration, creating it as a template for multiple reruns. And then once I select that, I'll be able to add my recently created script. I can search using the test case name or the script number or any other process or module areas. And once I search and I get my script, I'll just add the script into my test run. Once I do that, I will make sure the test data is captured and is present. Then I will enable my script and hit on execute. It is as simple as that. And as it executes, you can monitor the progress through a view. In this view, you can see each and every step being captured. So this is through the test run. And then we have also the option of scheduler. So in the scheduler page, you can just create a fresh schedule. You can mark it as a template for multiple runs. I'm giving a scheduler name. For example, this is a Fin scheduler. I'm selecting a project, selecting my configurations, a schedule date, a future date, whenever I want to execute it. And once that is done, I will just select a test run. In this case, I'm selecting a finance test run, which I've just created, and I will save, and it creates my schedule. And then I can just simply hit on execute, or I'll wait for the schedule date to start the execution. And if you see, you can monitor the test steps, view the screenshots, and also once the execution is done, you can view past, failed, and detailed report. And if you look at the report, it gives you a complete comprehensive summary of each of your script, giving you details of the step, your data, and also each and every view of your screenshot or the screen steps that have been taken. Great. Now let me quickly move on to the agent, right? The agentic AI, agents that we have. So once we dive in, the WinfoTest Agent Studio, this is where our suite of AI-powered agents work together to supercharge your testing, right? So I'll start first with AI Impact Analyzer agent. So your Impact Analyzer agent, right? It looks, for your existing, English language scripts. You just give your scripts in plain English language. It will scan, your releases, right? And updates, instantly identifying which scripts and processes are affected by those changes. And as it analyzes your release notes, it will try to understand what has really impacted, okay, which processes, which modules, which areas, right? And once that is done, it will provide you a summary of the details, also the business impact, and give you a list of your scripts that may have been impacted or not impacted within your test library. And in this case, it does not. So let me feed in another release note, which actually has impacted, a particular module. In this case, it is fixed assets. And once I analyze that particular, release notes, it will be able to exactly identify which particular process area and module has been impacted and how many scripts have been impacted. And then we'll be able to identify those scripts. In this case, if you see, it has given a business impact that one of the script was impacted, and it is clearly identifying that script, also letting you know which all the steps has to be modified. And from here on, you can actually heal this script, right? It will automatically understand, regenerate the steps, and give you your modified script in no time. So this is our AI Impact Analyzer agent, which does your job for you. Then moving on to our AI Script Generator agent. So you can describe a test scenario in your plain English language, and the Script Generator agent will automatically create an executable test script for you, right? In this scenario, if you see, I've selected an instance and I have selected a user, and I'm giving a plain simple language English script. And I have done discover scenarios, which will actually utilize the knowledge on Oracle and try to understand all the scenarios that are present. And it will give you a list of scenarios that are, possible, to be generated. And once you have the scenarios generated, you can either select one or all scenarios and then click on generate script for generating those test scripts, right? So this process will actually generate your raw script. Then it will validate those script against your Oracle Fusion application. It will make sure all the locators or all the elements are properly visible and actionable. If not, it will heal them. Also, it will gather test data as it goes through each and every step to make sure that your test script is end to end. And here is the generated script in our WinfoTest tool format. From here, you can just take this script, and then push it back into our WinfoTest application. And hence, in no time, you got your script generated. Right. Next, moving on to the next agent, which is our AI test data generator agent. So test data generator agent will instantly produce realistic and compliant test data, ensuring that your scripts are run very smoothly and will cover all the edge cases. You just have to select your process area module and your test case, and it will start generating your test data. So it also handles masking, tokenization, and any synthetic variants of the data for data privacy. Right. So if some data is stale, it will also make sure it gathers more data from your Oracle Fusion application, making through the API calls. And finally, you will have test data that you can download and upload through Excel automation into your test runs or test schedules. And finally, it is our AI test script coverage analyzer, right? So it uses user analytics in highlighting gaps, recommend new scenarios, and also help you optimize your test coverage for maximum business assurance, right? It will recommend your minimal test sets for maximum risk reduction, right? And it also continuously learns from each cycle to optimize your coverage and quality. So as it is analyzing your existing test library, it also understands, right, your environment, what are your business flows, and what flows were covered and what flows has to be covered further. And then it will generate a summary for you that will give you a critical gaps and risk. And then also what are your immediate priorities and what are the quick wins that will help you achieve the coverage. Then it will give you a quick chart of all the details. And finally, it will give you the missing test cases. In this case, it is transfer and post journal entries, which is an edge case that can be added back. Now, from here, you can actually call back the AI script generator agent, and then it will just create these scenarios for you, and then it will build that test script in your library. So you can see how easy it is, right? How your digital testing team works for you and does everything from creation to your data generation to analyzing your impact to even covering your predicting your coverage, right? So this end-to-end walkthrough should have given you a clear view of how WinfoTest combines ease of use, intelligent automation, and deep Oracle expertise to transform your testing process. Right now, I will hand over to Mark to take off the next set of slides. Right? Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Samanjit. There's a lot that you've covered in a short space of time there. So I'm sure people are a little bit dizzy trying to keep up. We obviously are providing the slides after the event so that you'll be able to remind yourself of the 4 agents that we covered and the capabilities that they had. And also we'll provide information where if you are interested in any of this, we can go through it at a slower pace and in more detail. But I think the overall message there is that we're trying to move away from needing to have technical skills in order to fulfill the business ambitions that we outlined at the beginning, which is to be able to change business processes, to be able to bring in new application functionality while being confident that you are checking for the risks and impacts across other applications and across your business. And to help with all of this, we've actually got a sort of a process-centric view of things, because really what we're targeting is to work with business process owners within customer business to look at exactly, as I say, the new functionality that's coming through and anything that's changing in the customer's business. And the best lens to use for that is that business process view. Oracle themselves have got the Oracle Modern Best Practices, always a bit of a mouthful, OMBP, but it's on the slide, so I managed it this time. And we align with that framework. Again, that's part of the Cloud Success Navigator for any of you who've got that activated. So it gives us a common framework between Oracle and the business process owners. So on the right-hand side there, you can see procure to pay, within procure to pay, accounts payable, and then under that we've got the start of a script list. Only takes us up to C in the alphabet. I think we've got, I don't know, best part of 100 scripts just even in that space that are there in the library. That's the sort of the out of the box readiness, which we then build on top of that using the AI agents that Samanjit's just taken us through, and also tailoring it to your business specifics. But all of this then gives you that process level traceability. So the reassurance that the procure to pay process owner needs to be able to bring in new capabilities, to be able to change processes. And that's important. We've always had a sort of a low code, no code approach to WinfoTest, where we've always said that it's a solution that you don't need to be technical to use it, and that's something that we've been saying for years, and has we've followed through on. Again, just to be clear, those agents and reviewing the output and just the general management of the testing solution is a service that we provide as Winfo as well. So we don't just give you a product, we're giving you a full solution, which is the product plus the pre-built libraries, plus then the service. So we can execute the test for you, we can do the impact analysis for you, we can take as much of that process for you, we can become part of your team and do it alongside you, train you on how that works. So it really is that sort of full end-to-end solution rather than just a product, which again is something that we found that our customers really like. So if we go to the next slide, if this is something that's of interest, how do you get to see it in a bit more detail and start to consider adopting it for your business? We've got something that we call our Fit-in-5 framework, which is all centered around providing a rapid time to value and really minimizing the amount of time that you spend upfront talking about things in the abstract, and really trying to focus on sort of learning by doing. So brief introductions, a bit like we just had from Samanjit, is the first stage. If that's of interest, we've then got some structured discovery sessions where we will walk through in a matter of hours to understand more about your business, give you a bit more understanding about our solutions, all targeted towards a 5-day proof of concept. So we would look to bring WinfoTest into a client environment, have it set up and configured to be working on our client's data within 5 days, so that you can actually see it in action. Again, within that, we'll put together 1 or 2 sort of custom scripts just to show you how that works. That will then give you the confidence and understanding that's needed to position how you would use that within production. And those first 3 phases, the introduction, the discovery, and the 5-day proof of concept, is an investment that Winfo make. And as I say, it's all based around we're keen to get practical and let you see these things for real as early as possible, before needing to commit to any sort of commercial arrangements. So coming out of the proof of concept, you've now got the clarity, the understanding, etc., to decide how you want to scope it, how you want to move it forward. Again, we always recommend going with a minimum viable product. Don't try and boil the ocean. So try and focus on a specific area. Move, in this case, WinfoTest, but we do this for all of our solutions. Move WinfoTest into production environment, focused around a particular area. Before then, on a continuous business improvement basis, rolling it out to more parts of your business, bringing in more areas of functionality, etc. So that approach is flexible, but it's a framework that we work to and recommend. And as I say, it's all about time to value. We want to quickly get from one stage to the next, so that the business value that we know is available from our solutions is realized as quickly as possible. So that's Fit-in-5. That's how you go about moving these things forward. Final slide. A couple of QR codes just to make it easy to find out more information. So on the left-hand side, that QR code will take you to WinfoTest on our website, which has got further information, as you'd imagine, about the WinfoTest solution. If you're interested in moving ahead with a Fit-in-5 journey, then the QR code on the right-hand side will allow you to register for that, and we would then contact you to start those discovery sessions to move as quickly as possible to a 5-day POC where relevant. So that's the whistle-stop tour of who we are as Winfo, what we offer as through our WinfoTest solution, and the impact that we see AI agents having as they continue to simplify these solutions, which under the hood will always be technical, but on the surface, we need to make business friendly, business focused, and as efficient as possible. So taking as little time from our client experts as possible, so that they can then focus on the value added stuff rather than things like this, which we know we have to go through testing. It's really, really important. We need to do it at least every quarter. We need to be doing it whenever we're changing processes, whenever we're doing new projects. So it's a lot of work, which we believe can be safely offloaded to our testing platform with the assistance now of our AI agents. So that's really it from our side. We only had one question come through so far in the Q&A. The Q&A is open. Anyone wants to put any further questions in there, then that's good. I'll leave the QR codes on the screen so that you can catch those. The question that we had so far was around payroll. Is payroll included within HCM? Yes, we include that under the sort of the HCM pillar, and we do have that covered already in our test library, and definitely that's part of the capability. We've got another question which just come in, which I haven't had a chance to read. So here we go. Quick question. How does this work with the UK government cage? Can it be used for customers that are in the government cage? The short answer is yes. We'd need to work through the details of use. So we would provide our solution into that environment, so that it all runs within that secure environment, rather than within the standard SaaS capability. So that definitely is possible. Are the agents available to use for those that have testing as a service? Absolutely. That's the focus of the agents. If you are a testing as a service customer of ours, then yep, the agents effectively are now part of your, or in the next release, will become part of your team. And that's really the way I always think about agents. I like agents because they are as simple as another team member, and they're very specific team members. They can do, whether it is that they're looking at the impact analysis, they're good at that. They don't do anything else. So that's, if you want an impact analysis, this agent can do that for you reliably, and will continue to train and get better and better and better. If you need some data, it can't do that. Right, so you then need to have your data agent. So for me, agents make it all very simple to think about as additional team members, and they're completely scalable. They don't need to sleep. You don't even need to feed them. It's brilliant. So any more questions? Okay, well, in that case, I think, Gina, we're going to get some time back. which
Looks
is always
like
a
it.
bonus.
It looks like it. Thank you very much, Samanjit, Mark. That was wonderful. Lots of value packed into that Fit-in-5 model. Really impressed with that. Definitely thank you for being here and sharing your knowledge with us and with the rest of the community. So with that, if we don't have any other questions, we will say farewell.
Excellent. Thank you, Gina, and thanks everyone for your time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
And
you.
thanks for people who are watching this back on replay.
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye for now.